Hello YouTube, Jared here, and we are doing another Jared's Talks video, even though nobody watches them. And I wanted to talk about upcoming PS5 games in 2026, sorry. And I've seen gameplay and reviews and like some of the games I've played, but some I haven't. Um, I just want to talk a little bit about the good and bad things, pros and cons of each game while I'm trying to do the ones that are coming soon. And right now, like in a few, like maybe 10 hours from this video, um, Bungie is going to release a marathon. Uh, it's coming for the open beta. It's starting on February 26th. Um, the pros thing is it's going to be a first person shooter. So a lot of people, they don't like um, third person. They don't like third person for like extraction shooters. Um, I think the con for me is there is you're essentially like all of these hero extraction shooters. Like I'm gonna compare it to Destiny a little bit. Destiny, when you're creating, you can actually create a character, even though the character creation is kind of outdated. You can still change like skin color and hair and like little facial things, but um, this one, I'm pretty sure in Marathon you're like renting a character. Like there's like I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's no character creator. But you can customize the character's armor. Um, that's one thing that's a downside for me. And I don't know if it's gender locked or not. Like when you're creating a character, can you create a man and female version of each character? I'm not even sure. Oh my goodness, dude. But yes, Marathon is coming. It's, when it first came out, everybody knows it wasn't so hot. There's a lot of negative feedback, which Bungie used to improve the game. Because, Arc Raiders came out, which was like a banger. Even though personally, I never bought Arc Raiders, I never really care about extraction shooters. Um, I'm just not that kind of. I don't know why. It's just not. The weapons and the characters are not appealing to me. But the graphics in the game, Arc Raiders, I'm happy for the game. It's just not something that I'm care about. And also, I don't really care about Marathon either. I'm like a Destiny 2 player. Destiny, like I wish they would have made the Destiny 3 instead of this. I think a lot of people feel the same way. But since it's like their old Marathon, I already said this in another video, they're like giving, if you like made Super Mario, it would be like you never made Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, could you imagine there's only Super Mario and there's never a Mario Kart? It's kind of like Bungie has a marathon. There needs to be a marathon extraction. It's like a company foundational thing, I think, which is really cool that they're doing like they're not like making up their own. Well, they kind of are, but at least they're keeping the name. And the original marathon was an FPS, which is like one of the first FPSs ever made. 3D shooters, but I'm not actually sure if it really was. It was in the top 5 at least of the first. But anyway, I'm excited for Marathon. I'm definitely gonna try it out, and if I like it, I will probably get it. But um, I already know myself, and those kind of games, they don't. like the risk reward thing. I know like people like it and stuff, but for me, it's not like a big chase for me. I'm not the huge extraction shooter, but if they add like some PVE modes that it has nothing to do, like you're not gonna lose any gear, and like you can just go and kill, like do like some kind of strikes or raids. Even I don't want to do a long raid, like something really quick because I don't have time to do like long stuff. Like maybe if they added like just like a team deathmatch, so maybe if they adding more content, basically more content, I might consider it, and which they will. But there's also the fact that they don't have enough developers, and everybody wants them to go back and fix Destiny, and which they are doing. But we're gonna wait till June now, which there has been a delay for that. But it's okay. Let's move on to the next game. The next game is No Rest for the Wicked. So we have Marathon. No Rest for the Wicked. We'll type this out. And this is coming out this year late, which I'm guessing it's going to definitely be there before Christmas. I'm not sure if it's going to be like right at Christmas or if it's going to be in the fall quarter, like maybe normally late is talking about third and fourth quarter, which means it's either going to be in the fall or in the winter. So I'm not actually sure. I haven't actually got to play this one myself, but I know there's a lot of people that like the graphics and the art style, and I think it's interesting that your character has like crab-like arms. For me, the graphics are good, but the art style is a little bit weird to me. This is just my personal thoughts. Uh, it's nothing. It's nothing wrong with the graphics. Um, that's just me. Like, yeah, if you guys like it, that's good for you. That's totally fine. Um, um, it is. It's not. It doesn't look like a blasting game, so that's another con. I like blasting. It's very Souls-like, but at the same time, I really do like Souls-likes, and I really do like pairing and having that feeling of magic, like in Elden Ring. Like, but actually, it's so funny. In Elden Ring, I almost never parried because it was so hard to actually do it. So I always just dodged. So it's almost, yeah. This is definitely leaning into the Souls-like ARPG, which I don't think there's that. We don't really have any games like this. So I hope that the price is good. I just want to say in the pros, I hope the price. Hope the price is good. Like, I know it's a lot of money to make the game, but I honestly feel like good games, um, when for example, like you can have an amazing game, and I'm just gonna use Bungie as an example, and you can have millions of players and just leave your game because of the 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 amount of content that is gated. Like Destiny 2 is like a free game as a trick, because when you download it, then you can't really do anything until you buy all the DLCs. So I wish that games would just come out totally free, and the only thing you buy is cosmetics, and it would just solve a lot of problems. And also, I really like Path of Exile's how they're actually teaching a lot of these other games what to do. I don't know what, if they learned this before, but like making your game a long, I'm just gonna curse, long ass beta, and just like it's. I mean, I don't even think you call it a beta. You call it like an early access. I don't know if beta and early access are the same thing, but like having a really long early access, it and like, but it's available on PS5. A lot of these other games, like No Rest for the Wicked, they kind of upset me a little bit because I'm just gonna put it down here. Like the early access was only on PC, and I know that it's easier for them to fix things on PC and not do the PlayStation update and do both. But like, it's kind of good for your company to start getting used to updating PlayStation and like the console stuff because you got to be prepared anyway. So like, I know it's easy to focus and nail down on things on the PC and then go to console, but it just kind of shows me a little bit. I'm kind of hesitant to buy No Rest for the Wicked because I feel like it's going to be like an Elden Ring, which is really good. I love Elden Ring, but it's a sense of like once I beat the game, the replayability and the end game, how good is it going to be? That's my question. And I heard there is going to be PvP, which is a really good thing because maybe um, PvP will be a thing, which a lot of ARPGs get wrong. And just like playing, and I remember my first ARPG was Diablo. I know I didn't play Diablo 2 like I should have, but I was just at that time I was in my life, I was too busy and I didn't probably even have a computer. But and my parents would were really strict Christian. They would never let me play that game with the demonic face on it. Yeah. So, but at the same time, like a lot of ARPGs fail PvP, and but I'm thankful that they have it. Like the first PvP I played ARPG was Diablo, and I just remember like when I got a kill and you take somebody's ear, I thought it was so funny. And I was like collecting all these ears, and then they're like, and then you get killed too by like random stuff. I think it's funny. It's more of a. I mean, you can get upset about it if you want, but at the end of the day, people are doing billions of damage, and like even if you survive anything, it's funny. So I think Diablo's PvP is getting better, but it's just no way is it gonna compare to No Rest for the Wicked. Like imagine being able to just parry somebody. That's gonna feel so satisfying, and I really hope No Rest for the Wicked gets PvP right and adds like a some kind of different kind of modes, like maybe have like let people move around on a map and like have like these zones to take over and different kinds of modes that they could add in the future. That would be nice instead of just like an arena where you're 1v1 and you just kill somebody. Maybe have like you could even have like a little MOBA going in there like with lanes, who knows. But that's too much to ask probably. But anyway, let's go to the next game. So I'm really positive about No Rest for the Wicked. The next game I'm excited about is Last Epoch, otherwise known as LE. And this game is probably my most excited game, just because it is like, you got the two titans of Path of Exile 2 and Diablo. I feel like Last Epoch is like the next rank game, you know what I mean? As far as like polish and like end game and like thought, like how much development it has. Um, but at the same time, I've never played it myself. I've only seen people play it. I've only seen reviews of it. Um, it seems like they might. I'm not. This is just me, but it seems like just the same as Path of Exile and Diablo, where like there's the seasonal thing, and after you're done with the season, you're kind of just done, which is fine, which is totally fine. Um, but you know, I kind of wish Last Epoch would they I can't really speak too much about this game because I don't know about it. I just really have high hopes that it can not just be like a filler when you're tired of playing Diablo or Path of Exile, that you would actually just like on a season start not even want to play Path of Exile 2 and be like, hey, I want to play Last Epoch this season start because you know I'm tired of whatever. I want to try something different. I just hope that they can like keep improving and getting better, which they're probably doing. So I don't really have much to say about this game, but if I was gonna play a class, that's another thing about the game that I really don't like is like I feel like they need to make some class. I feel like they just need some kind of like physical classes. I don't know much about the game, but I know there's like this void blade or something, or void things. Like I just would wish I could do. I know they have different namings, but then some of the namings just feel like there's no physical, like regular warrior blood build. But there could be. It feels very elemental. That's what I'm saying. I wish they would go more roots, like more original. But I actually can't speak too much about it because I don't have that much experience. Um, but yeah, this is coming late 2026 too. Um, but yeah, definitely a game that is on my radar. I can't really say good things and bad things. Um, I could say that the con is it's. I'm pretty sure there's people that like die hard about it, but I would say it's just needs to get better. Like needs. I'm just gonna say needs more classes. That's just gonna solve the problem, I think. Because I know like there's classes in there, but like I know that it's just like 15 masteries or whatever. But you can't go wrong adding more classes to a game, and or more weapons. Like adding more to the game is always going to add more build variety. Um, I'm just going to say it needs more build variety. I know I'm going really hard, even though I don't even play this game. So some people is going to be like, "Dude, you have no idea. It has the most variety than more than Path of Exile." So I'm sorry if it's offending anybody. And the pros are, I think the price is going to be reasonable, and the free seasonal content after you buy it, you get unlimited. Which is really cool about ARPGs. They're like, hey, you know what? Buy our game. Oh yeah, by the way, there's another game we got to talk about. So we're done with this. The next game, I didn't even know about this game until yesterday, which apparently it was a thing a while ago. Is called Dragonkin the Banished. And you know, the word banished is also like a play on the exiled. And dragon, dragonkin is like family. So dragon family the banished. Dragon exiled. the dragon family was exiled. That's what I'm seeing from this game. I'm just kidding. Like, I got to see this game. I got to see reviews. Has a really cool, um, has a cool hexagonal skill system. Many systems, many upgraded systems, like power systems. And then like you get this like city, you upgrade a city. Um, is cool. Like you have your city, and your city when you upgrade it, there's certain parts of it. There's a lot of parts of it. There's like over like maybe 17 parts of the city, and like each part you upgrade gives you like a little benefit. Like one upgrade could be like give you +5 attributes. One could be like let's give you some walking movement speed, or like let's give you 5% damage reduction, or let's give you 5% health. They're like little tiny bonuses, and then some of them are like, okay, now you can craft um, rings, and unlike Diablo, they use like a. It feels like the loot looks like Diablo, but they use like a different naming system, of course. And this game, divines are like ancestral uniques, which I'm not sure if divine is a mythic, but I think in this game they call like mythics like mythic uniques, or no, I'm sorry, mythic divines. So I'm actually a little bit confused of what the color is for the because in Diablo I really like how they made it like a dark purple or like a blue, dark bluish. I'm pretty sure it's purple in Diablo, but or it's like a blue. I don't know. But this game does have co-op. Oh yeah, by the way, Pro for LE, it does have co-op too. I'm not sure. I don't think it has PvP, right? So they need to try to do that. Uh, there's no PvP in this game, and some people say like it doesn't need PvP, or some people like thank God it doesn't have PvP. I understand, but people who play these kind of games they don't even play them for PvP at all, and that's totally fine. But just imagine one of these games makes PvP like really cool. Um, so yeah, I really like this game. The only thing is like it's very not a lot of classes. There's also your gender locked classes. And they can't even change this because I got to hear the devs speak. They said like it started from the very beginning. The story with each character has like lines and like it's kind of really similar to Path of Exile 2 and even Path of Exile 1. They're like the character voice acting is like through the whole story for that character. Which that's one of my biggest gripes with Path of Exile 2. And that's why I actually like the Diablo 4 because I can actually choose what I want. You can be female barbarian, male barbarian. You can be female paladin, male paladin, female spiritborn, male spiritborn. I just wish um, Path of Exile would change their take that gender lock off. It's so annoying. And you would think that games like this would be learning from like Path of Exile and things, but the thing is, you have to give it to them. They're smaller studios, and once they start raking in the millions of dollars, then they'll start adding the big changes that players want. Like, hey, can you finally go back and fix the whole game and add gender like different genders, then they're probably gonna be like, okay, we're just gonna make Dragonkin the Banished 2. But probably the next game would be Dragonkin instead of the Banished. It would be something like Dragonkin the Rekindled or something. They're gonna have like a different name. But like exactly like Diablo 1, Diablo 2. So this game, it has a lot of, since they're like from an indie studio kind of, they kind of get a lot of free cards because we're not going to go too hard on them. Because the game right now I can pre-order for $39. It's coming out. Let me just look right here. $39.99. But in Steam I heard it was even cheaper, like 20 something, 24. So it's coming out March 19th, March 19th. Like, which is coming soon. I might actually buy this one because, as you know, I have like a game drought right this season that there's nothing to play. So I'm like, I have to wait for, what's it called? All these late games. Last Epoch, No Rest for the Wicked. So Dragonkin looks like a really good filler game. One bad thing, guys, is there's no seasonal content. The good thing is there's going to be DLCs. Now, how fast are they able to make DLCs? I'm not sure. I kind of wish sometimes Path of Exile 2 would just stop doing the seasonal. I know that everybody's gonna get mad at me, but if they would just take a little break on the seasonal stuff and just like instead of like making a DLC, they would actually just add swords and add all the classes and all the acts to the game instead of like trying to do like double development. And like we as the people, it's early access. I think people can just wait. Like you don't have to meet these like you're on a time crunch. You got to get this done now. But they're just doing it for themselves because that's just the way GGG is, I guess. But I definitely don't mind somebody says we're not gonna do the seasonal content because I understand it's really stressful to meet deadlines. But I think in the future, I'm just gonna guess Dragonkin the Banished is gonna be like their little ARPG. This is like their Path of Exile 1, you know? And when they start raking in the millions from this game, which I think that really has a potential, I really do. I think they need to get some more marketing. But this game, the graphics do not look bad. Like they're not like it doesn't look like an outdated game at all. It looks pretty good. I think it's gonna do well. Definitely, it's gonna hit in the millions. I think so. I don't know how many millions, but I'm pretty sure they're definitely gonna cover the developing cost of the game. Which, if I was gonna guess, I'm not really good with how much games cost, but I know like something like some Asian games, they're kind of cheaper. They're like more like 50 to 60 million, whereas Western games they're a little bit up there to like 80 to 120 million. I think a game like this, I don't think that they're that high. I think that it could be possibly in the low millions. I don't want to say exact number. Possibly double digit millions, which 10 could be the lowest, and yeah, of course it's double digit millions. I don't. At the same time, what if they did it really cheap, man? That would be amazing. I have no idea. So I have no idea. But It doesn't even matter how much they made the game. What matters is they're gonna add better things in the future, more classes, more options, more end game modes, because that's the biggest thing. Next game, guys. The next game is Arc Age Chronicles, which is an MMO, and this is coming late. Actually, it says coming soon. I don't know what coming soon means, but that means it's coming soon, right? This is on ps5, so yeah, this is an MMO RPG, which is a massive multiplayer online role-playing game, which is kind of like the hardest genre to make. It's like a flex of your company if you can actually do this. But as you know, PlayStation 5 in general doesn't have that many MMOs. In reality, there has been 3 MMOs just dominating the PlayStation, and that is Final Fantasy Online, Final Fantasy 14, and then there is the Elder Scrolls Online, and then there's Throne and Liberty, and then there's what's it called? New World, which is shutting down. So, but possibly, I just want to let you guys know, New World might be bought by another company that did Rust. I forget, but for like they offered like 25 million or something, which would be amazing if Amazon just handed that over for 25 million. Because for Amazon, 25 million is like nothing. Which means like, why are they shutting it down? They could actually fix the game if they would just listen to the players. But I don't understand what's so hard about listening to players. I guess for them, their development team can't do it. They could just, instead of deleting the game, they could just rehire all new developers to fix the game. But I think they're just trying to cut money, and they're like, they don't want to invest any more in it, even though the game is not dead and it was actually doing fairly well. And like, I actually, not gonna lie, I've been playing some Throne and Liberty, and there's just something about New World's world is so immersive. And yes, just cutting down the trees, mining, it just feels so much better than Throne and Liberty. Throne and Liberty, they added like cutting down trees and stuff, but like I go up to a tree and it says requires cutting level 4. And it's like, well, where do I find the level 1 tree to start? It's just not helpful, the game. And there's so many, like, it's like the game wants you to just skip through and buy the pay to win Throne and Liberty, because you just get so frustrated. Like, I feel like Throne and Liberty is a giant tech demo, and it's not a finished game. It just feels so weird. The story feels so weird. The characters feel so weird. It's just like, I'm not, like, anything about the game is not appealing to me. I'm just like, the and also the armor, it's just like a joke. Like, you can't even like customize it. You have to pay to get cosmetics. Like, of course you need to pay to get cosmetics, but they lean so hard into it that it just makes you sick. Like, even in Destiny 2, like, there's cosmetic armor you can buy, and then there's like free cosmetic things that you can change on your character. And the same thing with Diablo. Like, and same thing with Path of Exile. Well, actually, Path of Exile you can customize too, but like they need to actually add some more abilities. I would say Diablo is the best customizing. Your, like, any armor you've discovered, you can change it. That system is like S tier. Like if you discover the armor, you can just automatically apply the cosmetic, which is amazing. And Destiny is just like you have to go through this extra little step and do this little quest step in order to do that. But yeah, so this is, I have no idea what this is gonna be like. Um, we're gonna just throw Chrono Odyssey in here too because it is also coming soon, and it is an MMORPG. And the funny thing is, guys, this is the funniest thing. Both of these games are made from a Korean company um, called Cao Games Corp. So, and by the way, in Korea, Cao Talk is basically like Korea's version of Facebook. Like, Korea doesn't use Facebook when they're communicating to each other, like with working. They use Cao Talk, which you can actually download in an app if you want to see what it's like. It'd actually be funny if there's like Americans that actually use the Cao Talk in America. That'd be funny. Because you can if you want to. But yeah, this is kind of crazy because it's so funny because if one of these games fail, the other one has a chance to succeed. And like it's the hardest genre to produce. Um, I just hope that they get it right. I think I think a lot of games lost their ability to feel grindy. Nowadays, all these games feel like big tech demos, and I know I keep saying that, but I hope that they really let you grind the game instead of making you feel like logging in for daily chores and logging in like you want to log in, not you don't want to just like log in to get some kind of bonus like prize. But anyway, guys, I can't really say good and bad things about these games. I have seen comments specifically about Chrono Odyssey. Um, I think one pro for both of them is it's supposed to have no pay to win. I think for both of them, which is really good because I think that they've learned. By the way, Cao Games and Nexon, which is the one that makes Throne and Liberty, they're kind of like enemies. And I researched this a little bit, and they're both Korean companies, and they even like tried suing. Nexon is kind of like the Nintendo like trying to sue because Cao has stolen their mechanics and things like the health bar scaling thing, where if you attack a boss, the first layer changes to like blue, the second layer changes to green, and his health bar just keeps changing colors based on the layers of his health. There's been like little like legal or big legal like allegations and fighting, but I thought Koreans like the one identity they'd be like on a team, but apparently these two companies are like rivals a little bit. But everybody knows like Throne and Liberty is just it was not it, and it's just not like they're trying to bring players back and they're trying to like make the game better. But I think they just hit that it's too late window, and they might be in a situation. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They might be in a situation like what's it called, New World, where the company is like, you know what, this is draining money. Because just think about it, guys. They have all these developers working on the game, like working on stuff where they could just basically put all their focus. I think the game is on life support right now, Throne and Liberty. It's like just keep it going. I don't think that they're doing serious any more development with the game because they act like they're trying to listen to players' feedback, but they still don't. They take so long to implement the feedback, which is fine, but it's like they can't fix it as fast enough to bring the players back. So like I actually like Throne and Liberty, guys, but I want it to be better, and it's just not there. Oh, but I just hope Throne and Liberty. They tried by giving us like a free set of epic tier gear, but that just even makes the situation worse. Like where you have to literally give a handout to fix your game, versus like we can't earn the gear ourselves. I personally try to go in the dungeon matchmaking, and my server is in Asia. There's not one person in the matchmaking. Like I can never find a dungeon to do a dungeon ever. And this is the matchmaking not for a specific dungeon, but for matchmaking for all of the dungeons. Nobody's doing anything. And that just tells you how dead the game is. That's why they're actually merging all the servers. So yeah, how did this turn into a Throne and Liberty video? I don't know. That just tells you how much I loved the game because I wanted it to be better. Had so much high hopes for Throne and Liberty to because I used to play Elder Scrolls a lot, and the thing that I don't like about Elder Scrolls, it's just the graphics are just a little bit aged, and it's just like I've had my time with Elder Scrolls, and I just feel like it's time to move on. I think I'm just tired of it. I really like Throne and Liberty. One good thing is you can customize the UI, and I really wish all games would do like that. Um, they do some things great, and they do some things horrible. And yeah, I think that what they need to do, instead of leveling up skills with a bunch of this material that you can never acquire unless you pay, that you could just actually go, instead of doing some weird boring quest for getting some material, you can actually just go out and kill mobs and level up your skill by using the skill, like an original MMO. But no, I don't know what happened to them. They just like, oh, you can't. But one thing is, if any of these games have sailing, they're gonna definitely get me because, as you know, I like Throne and Liberty, but I mean, I like sailing, and my number one sailing game is Uncharted Waters Online. I love the MMO. It doesn't matter what you say, I still love it, even though I can't play it right now because I don't have a PC. But I hope that one of these games adds sailing. I will tell you the truth. Even if Chrono Odyssey and Arc Age Chronicles are bangers, and they're like great MMOs, if Throne and Liberty sucked and it still had like low players and it was still dead, but they added sailing, and then let's just say people thought sailing sucked and they didn't do it, but if they actually added sailing and did it right, where like you can like craft a different ship and you can upgrade your ship and add skills to your ship, and you can fight in naval combat and you can actually aim your cannons and like it feels good, and you can board the crew and you can go fight them. If they actually added all of those things, which would be like impossible probably, I would probably just not not play another game. But another game I want to talk about, which is called Windrose. And it's very like a survival. Um, you can just look it up. It's like a Black Flag, which is Assassin's Creed. The most awesome thing about this game is like when you're sailing, you can actually board the enemy ship. You can actually go to the enemy ship and actually fight them. Skull and Bones, please listen. We want to actually use our melee combat. We're so tired of sailing around shooting enemies in a red spot like an arcade shooter. Guys, I wanted Skull and Bones to be better, but like sometimes you just gotta call it, and that's the reason why I've been playing Skull and Bones. There's no games that satisfy my sailing desire, and so I'm not sure when Rose comes, but I think it is coming on PS5. I'm not sure actually when though. So yeah, as you guys know, I have a love for like sailing combat. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please tell me what games are excited you guys are excited about. And another thing is, I want to say I'm excited about Path of Exile's updates and Diablo 4's updates. Path of Exile 2 and Diablo 4's updates. I keep every season I play everything on that max character, make new character, everything. So I'm really excited about. I heard swords are gonna possibly be added with the Duelist and Path of Exile 2, which is gonna be huge. Imagine they did a new class on top of like another act. That would be insane. But it's probably not gonna happen. But I heard that they're gonna try to do a 1.0 release this year. So this is like the year of the ARPGs and MMOs. So we're getting a little review check here. We're going to try Marathon, which is an FPS extraction shooter that I don't really care about, but I hope that they get enough money to make a Destiny 3 with. We're getting No Rest for the Wicked, which to me has a little bit wacky art design, but has a Souls-like gameplay that looks cool. And Last Epoch, which is it should be one of the best games because they can learn from Diablo's mistakes and Path of Exile's mistakes, but yet they still make their own mistakes, which is funny because no company is perfect. And I'll give Last Epoch the most. I've never played it, so I gotta next time I'm gonna make Last Epoch a review when I actually play it. I just watch people play it. And we got Dragonkin the Banished, which I've never played, just watch people. They got a lot to work with. This is their. It looks like this is their first. Just a second. I'm pretty sure that. Did they make another Dragonkin? Is this their second game? Yeah, I think this is their first one. I don't think they have another one. So this is their baby ARPG, you know, and I just hope that they rake in the millions with this game so they can make another one that is like more competition. Like developers need to keep developing. That's what I want to say. I don't want them to just give up and just keep updating the Banished. Like I think that they should get what they can out of this game. And then the next game, they're going to start being the big ARPG, like seasonal content. I hope their development team I hope they grow their development team so they can become a strong company that can compete with Path of Exile and Diablo. That's just my hopes for them. And Arcade Chronicles and Chrono Odyssey, the rivals of Throne and Liberty, and since a good game called what's it called? Shutting Down. New World. New World can be fixed, but apparently, you know what? One thing they need to fix in New World is that the art style of the swords. They look like giant spatulas. Like it's the most ugly looking swords I've ever seen my whole life. Every sword in New World looks like crap to me. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call it. They need to fix all of the weapons in New World and make the animations totally different. Like they just need to fix the combat in New World. But some people like the combat, but I'm one of the people that are like, am I playing it now even though I can? No, I'm not playing it. Like I'm done with it. They can, but like what I'm saying is if they fix the game, I'll actually play it because it actually has a good base. It has a good heart. So I'm sorry if I say anything like against anybody that likes. And we got, yeah, 2 MMOs, which is huge. We got Winrose, which is going to be like a new survival Black Flag game. Assassin's Creed, which is amazing. I'll just say one bad thing about Winrose: the slashing of the enemies. It feels like it doesn't have that Assassin's Creed. Like I would say, Assassin's Creed Shadows is definitely better because like there's options to like assassinate people, of course, and like climb up on the ship and stuff. So I know that I'm asking too much for it, but I'm just saying like they could make it a little more like the mechanics for like the fighting. This feels very slashy, hack and slashy. It doesn't feel like it doesn't have a polish that it needs that I would like to have. I would even say Throne and Liberty's combat system is better than theirs, where like I would rather an auto attack go and then you use a skill or something like a ability. But it's theirs is different, so like we got to give it to them for actually letting you board the ship because normally, yeah. But yeah, they need to add. They have like these servers in this game, which is like kind of sad because for me, my favorite thing is, and I need to talk about this, is live maps, um, and I know everybody gives a lot of hate to Skull and Bones, but I don't think that people understand how hard it is to have a live map and then you can go anywhere and there could be another person there. And Diablo 4 has a live map, meaning you can go anywhere in that world and you're in a shared world with people. That's very complicated to do and it's very, very immersive. And just like New World, that's one thing I really like. New World has a live map. Um, Throne and Liberty has a live map. Of course, they section it off in different zones. But yeah, live maps are really good. It's so sad that Winrose doesn't have a live map. Like it's like you have to make your own server. So like imagine if they had their own live map that there could be a lot of people going. You could have like combat with other players. That would be amazing. Um, so yeah, I hope that Chrono Odyssey and Arcade Chronicles have like really good live maps. uh, just think about Diablo 4 as like the ultimate live map. Like there's events going on. There's the things about a live map that needs to have. You need to have public events, like little things to do. Like Diablo has the Helltide, and then they have um, bosses, the world bosses, which just let you know, that's like one of the best things about what's it called? Skull and Bones. Now, Skull and Bones doesn't have any kind of melee combat, which is the weakest part of the game. They have only 2 large ships. Um, um, yeah, but the thing is, you can create and customize your character, which is not, yeah. And they just need to add land combat, which they said they're going to add. So, well, that's the thing. We don't want land combat. We want deck combat. We want to board other ships, like Winrose is doing, like Black Flag. It's just really hard to do on a live service map. I don't know. Anyway, guys, this is an ongoing video. Hopefully, you have a wonderful day. And yeah, I hope that you can try out Marathon. I'm probably going to make a video about Marathon, seeing how I feel about it. And yeah, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Peace out.